He's good at that.
Dick Clements, my fellow voter here. Good to see you. Great stuff.
Again, thank you, Lieutenant Governor. We appreciate all your work that you've done for the town of Scituate.
Lieutenant Governor insists I point out that we're not related. He's up for re-election, and so he wanted me to make sure I really made that clear right from the get-go. You always hear, particularly these days, about what's wrong with government, but you also should really remember what's right with government and what's right with people coming together. And this is a classic example of every constituency coming together to do the right thing. And it clearly couldn't have been done without your help. I know when Mark comes to the Seaport Advisory Council, he speaks about you in particular and speaks about all the other advice, and of course the financial support is helpful as well. So thank you very much for coming.
Well, thank you, Rick. After that talk, we definitely are related. Well, thank you, and it's great to be here. And Mark has been down 2 or 3 occasions, I think, to the Seaport Council, giving us updates and making the pitch, working with the Waterways and Harbor Master team and the legislative delegation as well. And maritime infrastructure, dredging, pier rehabs, doing buildings like this are just as important to the economic well-being of the state as those investments in rail, road, and bridge, as important as they are. We have over 1,500 miles of coastline in Massachusetts, and sometimes I joke that it's ironic that a guy who used to be the mayor of Worcester is the chair of the Seaport Council, because in Worcester, for those who don't know, the biggest body of water is Lake Quinsigamond. And there isn't much commercial fishing taking place there. But I say to people, if a guy from Worcester can chair the Seaport Council, it's not that big of a stretch, because Herman Melville was from Pittsfield and he wrote Moby Dick. So, but I think it proves a point that whether you're from Pittsfield or from Worcester, what happens on our coastline, 1,500 miles of it, is inextricably linked to Massachusetts' identity. Putting the money on the table through the Seaport, having communities come forth with grants, and these grants are really partnerships. If we can find a municipality, if we can find a developer that is able to bring some resources to the table, we match it. Or sometimes we provide the lion's share of the money, but the idea is to leverage dollars that create jobs and improve our infrastructure, our maritime infrastructure, which is so important. This has been one of the things I've enjoyed the most, is literally coming and learning about our history, learning about some of the needs, working with partnering with municipal leaders and others to come up with solutions. I mentioned to Rick, I asked him how long he had been in government, and he said about 4 years, and joked that we picked a heck of a time, whether we were in elected or appointed office, given the tough economic environment. But it still proves that you can do things. When good people come together and stay at the table and problem solve, you can build and strengthen communities. What these bond bills are, they're jobs bills. So in the environmental bond bill, we're investing in our state's parks and beaches and open space acquisition. This is one of the best collaborations that we've seen in terms of the local entities involved, the state working with the school, and it's environmentally friendly as well. So a great win for Scituate. This is what it's all about.
Thank you. Thank you very much.